our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas, and we have wonderful guests. And today I have with me my regular guest, Michelle Marie, and we're going to talk about Karen. Welcome.
Hi, Gail. How are you?
I'm great, and how are you?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Well, I am so happy that we decided to stick up and to stand with one of our fellow light workers, warriors, I should say, warrior. Karen Kingston is a warrior.
Karen Kingston is a great light warrior, whistleblower, researcher, expert. She has integrity, and she knows her stuff. And I'll tell you what, I have learned a lot from her, and her ability to get down to brass tacks. And what I mean by that is like get into the legal system and go get things done at the local level and with the sheriffs. I think she is awesome.
I do too. You know, I wanted to read this one little thing about her too, and that we had you had shared. It's about that we are powerful light beings, and when we share our intentions and combine our consciousness in creating a vision to project the images that we are fully empowered to manifest. And this is a good time to activate and use this power of our shared divine authority. We will be speaking, and Michelle has written a decree for Karen Kingston, and we will read it aloud to invoke the celestial beings of light and interdimensional help to provide protection, healing, and safety for Karen at this time. We're very concerned about her well-being. We've already lost more of our light workers and warriors than we should have. And she's been out there on the front line, and not holding back. And she has some things to say, and we're going to show a little portion about that. But as we invoke the divine intervention, we'll also be using the exponential power of our Christ light within to wield the forces of light to dissolve the effects of the dark ones. We can extrapolate this invocation to include all targeted light warriors. So let's do this.
Yes. And can we let's talk about Karen a little bit before we do this, because I think there's some things to really highlight in her work. She has been on with Stu Peters. She's been on with
somebody was totally criticizing her for being on because they didn't like Stu Peters, I guess, but that's just ridiculous.
Well, I don't pay much attention to the criticism because really the thing is, if people would focus on the message and get the information that makes you make wiser choices, It doesn't matter what the platform is. But she's been on many, many platforms.
Exactly.
And, you know, as many platforms, the better, the more the better. When somebody like her comes out with this information, she has patents, she has, you know, detailed information. She can explain things very well. You can sense her power while she's talking. And she went to change the thing in Naples. Remember, they gave some COVID money back.
Yes, yes. One of the things I think people really have to realize about Karen, and this is directly from her LinkedIn site, I believe. She was a pharmaceutical and medical device business analyst, and she has over 20 years of experience in business developing, marketing, sales, public speaking, and strategic consulting. As an executive strategist, her clients range from startups to Fortune 500 leaders, including Allergen, Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson, Medtronic, and so on. She has developed a key messaging, business plans, pricing strategies, global campaigns, go-to-market strategies, and other. But she began her career as a top-performing Pfizer sales representative in New York City and was quickly recruited to the marketing side of the business. Because when she knows something, she knows how to present it, and that's part of what she is able to do, because she analyzes patents.
Yeah.
And is able to look at them from a legal and scientific standpoint, and how that ties in with the company and what they're doing. But anyway, I just wanted to, she's got quite a background to be
No,
able
that's
to.
good. And I want to add to that because she understands all of that, detailed
Yes.
expert information, and she translates it so that we can understand it. She reads all the legalese and all of those things, and then she explains it so that we understand what is going on.
Yes, because it is complicated, and understanding those patents. I mean, have you read any of those patents? They're very confusing and complicated when you read through some of them. And but she understands it, and she can explain it, and she tells you exactly what it's doing. And none of the oh, we are on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe I should shut it off. I just thought of that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to shut one of them down just to be safe. But go ahead. Tell us more about Karen while I'm doing that.
Okay. Well, remember I went to an event in Venice, Florida, and Dr. Brian Artis was there, Dr. Jane Ruby was there, Ann Vandersteel was there. And although Karen Kingston wasn't there, there was somebody that she worked with there. And what I had done is I had written a letter to the sheriff, and I had submitted paperwork from Dr. David Martin to our attorney general in this county, and they rejected it. And then I wrote a letter to the sheriff asking for an investigation. And so I didn't realize she was, asking people to, get these sheriffs activated. And, because when she went down to Collier County, which is where, not Venice, but anyway, Naples, Florida is, she made them understand that it's a bioweapon, proved it with the information that she had, and said that they were complicit, and they sent back COVID money because they didn't want to be involved. It
was over $1 million too, wasn't it? It was a significant amount of money. Yeah, but had they taken that money, they would have been required to push that program.
She conveyed that information to them. And to me, when you get changes like that at the local level, she is not only right over the target, but she's using the power that she has and the knowledge and information that she has. And they did not want to see, my perspective is, they probably did not want to see that kind of action spread like wildfire. However, whenever they try to shush people who are right over the target, it has the effect of making it go viral. And, I think that many of us, including you and I, are just going to stand up and yell louder about it.
That is so true, because remember when I don't know if you were there when I had a show with Carrie Cassidy, and I don't think she realized I had my YouTube channels on, but that was a show that terminated my YouTube channel, and that had over 29,000 views, almost 30,000 views. And I never get that many. I shouldn't say never, but it's rare for my channel to get those kind of views, because I'm not set up with, the website that, people are going to find when they go on Google and a lot of different things of ways people market their shows. I'm just very, self-taught, I guess I should say.
Yeah, but everybody who makes a dent and spreads the truth, you get pockets here, pockets there, and pretty soon everybody's connected knowing the truth. So, you do have an audience, and you do reach people, and they do get shared. And so, it's very good. The more people that share, the better.
Yeah, so that's why I always ask people. It helps algorithms too, if they like and share and then hit the notification button, so when something's coming out. It does really help. So please do that.
Yeah.
And I have a little clip, if we should share it, of Karen Kingston. It gives you a good idea of what this woman really knows, what she's put out there, and what she's done. All you out there should be thanking her.
Absolutely.
And absolutely helping her as well, because I don't know anyone else who came out with the kind of information that she came out with, and she's spot on, and they know it, and now they're after her, and we need to rally around her.
Yes, let's do it. So you play a little bit, and then we'll talk about decrees, and then do a decree, because we're going to use the power that we have, the light that's within us.
Exactly. That's perfect. So you can see this little bit about Karen and know why they're after her. Just watch. I'll have it up here in just a minute. Bigger. I got it starting in at a few little, a couple minutes in. So she's just been introduced here.
Okay.
These also, I want to be clear that the FDA did approve.
Are you hearing it? Did you hear it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, because I'm not hearing it. So, okay. But as long as you're hearing it, that's okay then.
On August 23rd, but there is no currently available vaccine in the market that has gone through good manufacturing processes. So Pfizer has until September 6th to submit final vials and to report to the FDA per section 614 of the USC Title Code 21. They have until September 6th to report to the FDA any biological product deviations from the product labeling, including all deviations, complaints, and adverse events regarding Comirnaty, which is BNT162b, which is the vaccine. So we don't have confirmation of what's in these vials, and we don't have confirmation on the final numbers of the death and harm that they've caused to the American people so far. So I just want to be clear about that.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. Graphene oxide is suspected in this shot. Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. I just wanted to be clear that people know that these are not approved under the EUA. They cannot be mandated, hold a stand. There's no benefit to being injected. I don't have the patent in front.
There is no benefit. There is no benefit. I can't imagine somebody making this decision with all of this up in the air, the confusion alone. What in the world? My husband was asking me, he said, how do you know you're on the right side of this shot? And I said, it's really, really easy. Look who's trying to shove it down your throat. Look who's trying to give this to you. The very people that haven't been able to be trusted for hundreds of years. It is flooring to me that people are thinking, yeah, let's just jab this thing in our arm and see where it goes. We are the product of being guinea pigs right now for their trial that even the government admits it goes on until the year 2023, correct?
The trial was upended in January of this year when they unblinded the placebo group and injected them. So legally, technically, they should have started the trials all over again in January of this year. So there are no trials. This is just a giant. It's bio warfare is what it is. I just want to be clear. This is bio warfare. I've gone over. I'm sorry. I'm getting frustrated because I know there's a lot of information I shared, but some of the stuff I've also shared